Robert Scott Lazar, supposedly a nuclear physicist with a master's in physics from MIT, a master in electronics from Caltech, who supposedly worked on Area 51, back engineering flying saucers, figured out how they work using element 115. Just it's a long, detailed story.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks a lot for watching here. Before we go any farther in the video, I just wanted to introduce Stanton Friedman in case you don't know who that is. He was a prominent ufologist, been researching in the field for decades. Unfortunately, he passed away in May 2019, but I've always found him to be a straight shooter, and I think his reputation in the UFO community is pretty good. Also, Stanton Friedman also does a real good job of breaking down, Bob's college background, and that's always been a pretty big sticking point with me. Is I don't see any way possible you could hide college records like that, or not even say that. Let's say the government did hide the college records, but still, Bob has never been able to say, "Hey, here's my MIT buddies. Hey, here's some pictures of me and so and so working on this." So, before you even go into any other of his claims, just the degree from MIT and Caltech, can't even get past that. And to me, if you can't get past that, then everything else doesn't mean nothing. And Stanton does a real good job of explaining how he went and looked at his college records. And so anyway, let's get back to the video, and you can hear it for yourself.
Clean is the response. I talked to the legal counsel at MIT. No way to do that. I talked with the guy who has the degrees, the commencement lists and all that sort of thing. No mention of Lazar. None of the yearbooks show Lazar. You need it for a master's thesis, or for a master's degree, you need a thesis. You talk to the guy who holds those. No Lazar. I was there. He was asked publicly, when did you get your master's from MIT? Well, let me see now. I think it was, probably 1982. I have friends who went to MIT. I was accepted there myself, couldn't afford to go at high school. And nobody who gets a master's degree in physics from MIT doesn't know what year he got it. He was asked to name some of his professors. Well, let's see now. He named somebody, Bill, somebody, I won't use his name on here. I checked on him. It was not a common name, fortunately. He was a physicist. The only trouble is, Bob said he would remember him from Caltech. This individual, Bill, never taught at Caltech. He only taught at Pierce Junior College. Now, Bob himself had mentioned Pierce to me on the phone. He did go there. Now, that's in Southern California. He was going there at the same time that he was supposedly attending MIT, 2,500 miles east of there. One heck of a commute. If you go to MIT, you don't go to Pierce Junior College. But beyond that, I checked with his high school. He finished in the bottom third of his high school class. You can't get into MIT if you're outside. Usually the top 10, 15, 20% of your class. Bottom third, never. His element 115 scheme won't work. Sounds good, science fiction. So, I checked with Los Alamos. He is in the phone book there. Doesn't that prove that he was a scientist working there? No, it certainly doesn't prove he was a scientist, but look at the phone book.
So if you don't know about the phone book from Los Alamos, it's a directory, and it listed Bob Lazar in it. So that's one of the things that he has going for him, I guess, to prove his story. And the second thing, he had a jet car, and somehow they did a newspaper article on him at some event or something, and they identified him as a physicist at Los Alamos. So that's the other thing that makes his story, keeps sucking you in just keeps sucking you in, because every time you think you nailed him on something, then there's some stuff that could potentially be proof that he's not lying. So it's like I said, it's a pretty fascinating story if you don't know the Bob Lazar story. And like I said, there's documentaries, there's tons of information out there. I remember I was a kid when his story broke. I was probably about 12 or 13 years old, and I just remember, really he's probably the first OG UFO guy that people took serious, I would imagine. Definitely back then, anyway.
Page. At the very top, it says, phone book for employees of the Los Alamos National Laboratory, the Department of Energy, Kirk Meyer Corporation, several other companies. Right after Bob's name, it was only in one phone book issue. They issue them every several months. It says K/, that's Kirk Meyer, a subcontractor. He worked out at the Maison facility. Don't need a clearance for that. People come in from all over the world, physicists, to do experiments, and he was a technician working here. The story goes on and on beyond. And I get people telling me, well, I don't see why you don't believe him. He seems so sincere.
All right, guys, that's basically the video. Thanks for watching. And yeah, that's the problem with Bob, is he seems like a normal, rational guy. You don't see any kind of unstableness in him. Never. He just seems like a normal dude. That's another thing that makes his story so compelling. Man, just such a conundrum. But I am curious if you guys think that this doesn't matter. Let me know in the comments if you think, because I'm stuck on this. I can't get past him not being able to verify his college credentials, and so I don't even really entertain the other stuff, because like I said, I can't get past this. It just seems to me, if that's true, he could easily prove it without a degree, without his transcripts. He could easily prove that he's a physicist from MIT, and he's never done that. And if I was out there telling a story like this, if I'm going to tell a story like this, I think I would make sure I had some sort, the best evidence I could propose to people. And he just hasn't done that. He's told the story. He's told a story, and then he just continually just says, government scrubbed my information. And another thing is, he's never debated a physicist. He's never talked to a physicist online that I'm aware of. And I would think, I know, I'm trying to think of his name, Weinstein. Is it Weinstein? Not Weinstein. I can't think of his name. But there's a physicist out there, and he said he would know within 5 minutes of, and I'm pretty sure he's an MIT physicist, and he said he would know within 5 minutes of talking to him if he was a real physicist or not. So that could easily be proven too. All he's got to do is just talk to his peers, and So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to make another one. I might make another video on another detail of his story, and kind of go from there. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.